This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, some of you who were with me then will remember that I made the prediction based on the ranking videos that I do that Frank Warren is about to make an assault on the heavyweight division. He was maneuvering his chess pieces, his heavyweights, into position. And that's ultimately what happened. Of course, Tyson Fury, he won the WBC title from Wilder. Dubois got moved into the WBA by fighting the number one for whatever reason. He was rated number one, Bogdan Dinu at the time, which of course then guaranteed him a Trevor Bryan. Should he beat Trevor Bryan, then he's going to be mandated to fight at the time was Joshua, right? So Frank Warren did fantastic with Dubois. With Joe Joyce as well, of course, he defeated Dubois and he was manoeuvred into the WBO situation. So my prediction was that every dog has their day. Eddie Hearn was, well, he'd had his day for quite some time in regards to the heavyweight division. At some point, it looks like Frank Warren is going to end up overtaking him. And that's duly what happened. Of course, Anthony Joshua lost to Alexander Usyk on 2 occasions. So Eddie Hearn was pretty much pushed out of the world title situation. Now, of course, he still had and has Filip Hrgović as the IBF mandatory. But again, he's co-promoted with Wasserman, i.e. Nissa and Kalle Sauerland. But other than that, he's pretty much out of the world title picture. Of course, his guy, Dillian Whyte, lost to Tyson Fury in that as well. So Frank Warren was sitting pretty. He really was. All roads for Alexander Usyk and Undisputed and whatever else were all leading to Queensberry. They were. Now, fast forward to the situation right now is that Tyson Fury, his reputation is in the gutter right now. A lot of people have had enough of all the lies and the deceit of what people will call deceit and whatever else when it comes to Tyson Fury. Didn't want to make the Undisputed fight. He ducked Alexander Usyk. There's no hiding behind it. He did, okay? Nobody out there can defend and say that he didn't. He did. Unless, of course, you're an extreme fanboy. That says more about you than anything else. But his reputation is in the gutter right now. Joe Joyce just lost to Zhilei Zhang, so he's lost that WBO mandatory position and that interim title. Currently, Zhilei Zhang is the mandatory for Alexander Usyk, not Joe Joyce. Can Joe Joyce get him back in the rematch? Well, we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? Can he do it? Of course he can, but we'll have to wait and see. So basically, everything right now is hinging on Daniel Dubois. He's been moved into that position where now he's going to be fighting Alexander Usyk. The bookies, the fans, everybody will say that Alexander Usyk is going to beat Dubois. Heavyweight division, anything can and does happen. So, of course, you can never write off Daniel Dubois, but you wouldn't put money on it that you couldn't afford to lose that Daniel Dubois is going to beat Usyk. You just couldn't, right? So, if Alexander Usyk does defeat Daniel Dubois, then where does that leave Queensberry? They've got a heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury, that people have just had enough of. Joe Joyce is out of the title picture. Daniel Dubois had his shot and faltered. Now, you have to remember that Zhilei Zhang is a matchroom fighter. He's a matchroom fighter, okay? Now, Joe Joyce does have that rematch, so effectively, matchroom are not really involved because there's a rematch clause, okay? But after then, if Zhilei Zhang defeats Joe Joyce in a rematch, he can go back on to matchroom, all right? So matchroom now have Filip Hrgović and Zhilei Zhang as their mandatories. They do. So Frank Warren currently is hanging on to that top division by a thread. Queensberry are hanging on by a thread. They really are. It's all, the walls seem to be crumbling down around him. Now, could Daniel Dubois pull off the upset and beat Usyk? In which case, Queensberry will stay on top. Could Tyson Fury do something that will get the fans back on side at some point soon? Maybe. Could Joe Joyce defeat Zhilei Zhang in the rematch? Maybe. But it ain't looking too rosy for Frank Warren right now. It ain't. I'm sure that shoulder's going 10 to the dozen. Okay. But anyway, this is the beauty of boxing. And of course, in the heavyweight division, what happens today, how situations are today, may not be tomorrow. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.